It says I'm alive, so I'm alive. I am alive. I'm live here on YouTube, and I wanted to get on and talk to you this morning about some different things. But for one thing, I wanted to talk about is the secrets of life and the secrets of my whole spiritual awakening, and everybody's spiritual awakening. Because this is I have wrote down in my little magic book some things to talk to you about because we are creating our reality with our things that we think and our thoughts and our feelings of how this reality works. And before in my life, when I was creating my life, I was creating my life from my mom's point of view and my dad's point of view and the church's point of view and the school's point of view and all everybody's point of view. And then I grew up at 50. I mean, I think it was like 44 when I woke up. So I'm 40. Oh my God. So I'm 54. Amazing. That's been 10 years ago. I didn't even just realize that right now. But anyway, when I woke up 10 years ago to realize that all these things that I was doing was just a belief system of somebody else and not of my own belief system. So what happened a little bit about my backstory, I was in a marriage for 26 years. And at the time, I mean, it was amazing. That's what I thought. But I always seemed to be trying to get him to change or me to change or somebody else to change or being in my ego and all the other things. Hold on just a minute. I got to see if I want this one. No. Okay. So, and the whole time I needed to change myself. So that's what I started to do. I started meditating, and that's how I became aware of this journey that I'm on today. So one of the things I wanted to tell you about is, and I can tell you, you can ask me any questions that you want. I know I get a lot of people on Facebook that are mad or, about my journey, about what I put out there. And you're not mad at me. You're mad at, your ego. Basically, we're all living in our ego. If we don't do everything that we do with love and just shine love out into the world to wherever we go, we're in our ego. I suggest we won't talk about ego today, but I suggest you go look it up and see what the ego is. The ego is a protector of our mind, trying to keep us safe. So anything we do outside of what we were programmed with, our programs are, like I said, parents, church, school, whatever. If our ego, if anything messes with that, then it's like, oh my God, hold on a minute. Let me go in. I've got to see if, okay, I will accept that one. Anyway, if our ego, our mind, feels like somebody's trying to tell us something that we don't think is true, then we come back at them like, oh, who do you think you are? And we are not opening our minds, opening up for a different perspective. We're not opening up to see what different people think and what people believe in, because we're just stuck in our beliefs. My mom told me this. Now, here's the thing. I took care of a lady in Florida that was 96 years old. Every night she would eat all her food on her plate, every night. And she would complain about it. And I said, well, honey, you don't have to eat it all. And she said, my mother said. Her mother had been dead for 25 years. She's 96 years old. She's still doing what her mother said. It's a limited belief. That's all it is. Now, I'm not saying don't disrespect your mother on the good things, but when you're 96 years old and your mom's been dead for years and you are allowed to eat what you want, then that's taking your power back and be like, oh my God, no, I don't want to eat that. And I don't want to eat everything on my plate. I know that's something small, but we need to look at the big things, you guys, big things that you're walking around this lifetime doing what your mom said, doing what your dad said, and doing what the church said. All that stuff's old. We are in a new paradigm. We are in a new universe. We have technology that can get us information like that. When people would die or people would like send letters. Sometimes people it take weeks to get a letter. Now we get information like this. If I want to call my daughter, I can call her right now. If I want to see her face, I can see her face right now. I don't have to wait weeks or months and walk 20,000 years to get there. So all of us, our minds, our consciousness needs to lift up to now. Like I make money online. Money comes through the computer and I make money. I ship stuff off. I'm doing affiliate marketing now. That's going to be money that's going to come in on, I'm not even going to see it. I'm not even going to do a product. I'm not even going to touch a product. We could never do that before, but we can do that now. So what I have done is jumped on this wagon and said, I'm going with this. I'm going with this. I'm not going to be left behind, because the people who are left behind are going to be thinking these crazy, still the old thoughts, not crazy thoughts, because we were taught them. What I've done is I've looked at them and said, these are not my thoughts, and I've unlearned them, basically. And some of them have been really hard. I've cried, I've screamed, I've been like, oh my God, I believed this for 20 years. Why? Why did they tell me this? Still, some of the beliefs that I've gave up, my family still go by, and I've accepted that. I will do this for you. I will love and respect you for who you are. No matter if you want to believe that you have to be in a terrible marriage, because I have had so many families and so many friends say, I've been married for 50 years. Your marriage has been terrible. That's not a marriage. That's been staying somewhere with somebody for 50 years to say that you've been married for 50 years. That's like me going to Florida for 5 minutes and say, well, I've been to Florida, but it was terrible. It was raining and it was sick and I hated it and come back. No, that's just saying, oh, I'm in the Florida, but I enjoyed it and I've been there and I loved it. And, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have a relationship with that situation. Back in the day, it's like you stay with them no matter what. When I broke up with my husband, I told my grandparents and my mom, not my mom, she agreed with me, but my grandparents, like, what was going on and what was happening? Oh no, you have to work it out. I mean, I understand they're older and that's what they believe in, but I'm like, Mom, Grandma, I'm not going to be abused for the rest of my life and unhappy because I have to work it out. No, that was my first belief. That was my first belief. I said, I'm not doing this anymore. And then I said, I don't want to live in this dark house, which I was living in a dark house with dark furniture. And no, I don't want to live there. I don't want to do that. So that was another belief and I just started throwing these beliefs out the window. Anyway, so that's a little bit about my story. I think I'll just put on like my story, my big story. Like what happened and the abuse, all the abuse I went through. But the abuse, do not take the abuse away. This is where you become who you are. And you will lose friends, you will lose family. You won't lose them. They'll just not understand you. And you have to be okay with that. And I'm totally okay with it now. At first, I was like, why am I losing people? Why am I losing places? Why am I losing things? But now I'm so acceptant to myself and the love that I have myself and the love that I have for you guys. All of you guys, I will accept you. If you want to be a clown, if you want to be a drug addict, a drinker, smoker, a ballerina, I will accept you. And I ask for the same respect. So I love you. And anyway, so I want to tell you some things. So I have wrote down some things because I was like, oh my God, I need to really be able to, tell you about these. Okay. So everything in your reality is a reflection of your mind. So this is so true. My old life was a reflection of my mind. I was always complaining. I was always like, why is this happening to me? I was playing the victim. And like I said in previous videos, and I'm just going to say it in this one, God always says yes to you always. So you are a victim, Suzette. Yes, you are. You are a badass, whatever. You can do anything. You can conquer the world. And that's yes. Yes. God says yes, period. Yes, 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 yes. So whatever you feel, bring out to your life, whatever you're doing, God says yes. It's a reality of your mind. If you say, I'm going to resist that, I'm going against that, then God says, send you more things to resist. And, whatever you resist, persist. Whatever you resist still stays in your life until you figure it out. So if my reality is, oh my God, I have a wonderful day, I'm going to make all kinds of money. I'm only going to have to work half the day. I'm living in a beautiful white house with all these pictures of my grandkids and all these Buddhas and all. Then this is my reality. What is your reality? Make it up and do it. It's whatever you think and whatever you don't. I mean, but you have to think good things. If your life is shitty, then you're thinking bad. Your mind, you're thinking bad. All right. If you want to get deeper into it, message me and sign up for my life coaching, and we can get you through this. I can get you through this, and you can have the most amazing life ever. Okay. Another thing, at the core of your soul, we are source energy. All right. Now, some people are not going to believe this, but you are a creator with God. So, like I put on the Facebook the other day, God pays my bills. I will physically do stuff to pay, get pain, but then God comes in, or I give him the um, grace or love or announcement or, thanks that it comes so much better. So for me, I'll be like, well, I'm going to sell this for, $5. And somebody will come in and say, I'm going to give you $20 for this. This has happened to me. I'm not even joking. People will come into my store and say, I'll say, well, this is $5. Well, it's worth more than that. Here's $20. Keep the change. Like literally. So then I'm like, oh my God, that's a miracle. It's a blessing. So then another thing I did is I drive for Uber and I drive for Spark. Well, one of the guys said, I'll give you $10 to do this. I did it. He ends up giving me $30. So what I'm saying is we are source energy. We are a creator with God. So we put what we're doing out here, and our minds is small. So our mind says, well, I can have this little house with one door and one window, and that's it. And God's like, I'm giving you a house with freaking glass windows on the beach. Because we don't see that. We're like, but we only deserve this. We deserve everything. We are source energy. We are God incarnate. We not God together with God. It says in the Bible, we are a figment of God. We are a piece of God. God is inside of us. That's why it says we don't have to go to the church. Gathering with people in the church would be amazing, the right kind of people. But you being, you are a soul, a being in here, which is a form of God, co-creating with God. So you are source energy. If you don't understand that, message me. We can get down to it. Okay. We co-create with God. That is the source of our power. So God is the source. Like when, I don't just pray and say, oh God, give me a Lamborghini. No, I don't ever ask for anything like that. I'm just like, okay, my intention today is to have the best day ever, get along with everyone, use me as you will into other people's lives. And then that's my intention, to be the best person that I could be this day. And then God gives me all this other stuff during the day. Well, I'm going to give her this. I'm going to bless her with that. I'm going to bless her with that. I'm going to bless her. Blah, blah. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, well, you can't make this stuff up. It's not me doing it. I'm not doing it. My intention is lead me where you want me to be. Let me serve who I can, serve humanity. And then God says, all right, she's going to serve. She's going to take care of the people. I'm going to take care of her. Hello. I love it so much. Anyway, that is true. Only if you believe. Now, I believe this. I believe this because I live it. And I asked my mom last night, and she's like, no, I see it. No, she physically. Now, my family that's with me, they see it. So it's not like I'm sitting here going, oh my God, this is how I do it. No, my family sees this. I see it. Sometimes I have to call them and say, is this true? Yes, because I'm like not even believing it. So you are a creator with God. But if you want to create bad, not or victim or, oh my God, I feel like crap today, then you can create that. God, because God always says yes. We are powerful together. And that's true. Together, you are more powerful with God together than you are by yourself. So just recognize that right now. We were taught to look at God as a man outside of us. And that's true. We were told that God's up here and that he's going to punish us if we don't do all these things. Well, here's the thing. We went to the church and the church says you can't wear makeup and you have to wear a dress, or you can't wear shoes, or you have to be married to this man for 1,000 years, or all the things, what they are. Now, in my book, in my God, he says, come as you are. Come as you are. Makeup, hair, glasses, pants, shorts, dresses, drug addicts, not a drug addict, a Christian. I mean, I believe in all. So I believe in love. So I believe in like spirituality means I love Christians. I love Catholics. I love Buddhists. I love everybody. I just love people and how people love people. That's what I do. That's what I practice in my life. So I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to say what do you want to wear and who you're going to be with. And da-da-da. Now, not that I don't judge. Because I'm saying that I do. But I come back and say, no, that's not your place. That's not your place to judge. This is their journey. So maybe this person was supposed to be an alcoholic, or maybe this person was supposed to be a drug addict. Maybe I'm supposed to be a spiritual person. Apparently I am. That's what I'm doing. And we all have our own journey, and we have to one journey in our life, and that's us. We're not on other people's journeys. We can't tell other people what to do, even that we try. That's ego. Ego. Go study ego. Okay. We are taught that God's outside of us. God's not outside of us. God's in here. God's in our heart. I love, and God wants to co-create with us. So if we're saying, but God, we have free will. So if we say, oh my God, I'm a victim, then God says, yes, you are. But if I say, Suzette, oh my God, I'm feeling amazing today, and my life is beautiful, God says, oh yes, it is. Then he starts sending miracles, sending things that makes it beautiful, sunshine in my face, gives me tips. I mean, however he can figure it out, and he does the same to you. I feel like I'm bad. I feel like a victim. All these things are bad. Everybody's against me. And God says, yes, it is. So he comes and brings all this stuff. So you'll feel bad and feel bad and feel bad. And that's because you're attracting it. God says you can have free will. If you want to be an ass, you can be an ass. If you want to be a miracle worker, you can be that too. So I just choose the higher one. Okay. I know this video is kind of crazy, but listen to this. It's totally true. Okay. We are a picture in the puzzle of God, the power energy. We are a puzzle in God. Okay, here's God, the universe. He's made everything. And I'm just saying God. It could be higher self, God, Buddha. It could be angels, guides, loved ones. It could be whatever you say, whatever you want to say. But we've got the universe, we've got trees, we've got birds, we've got animals, we've got people, we've got, dogs, horses, flowers, grass. We're just a piece of the puzzle. We're all one together. We're all living in this world together. I'm living with the grass, and the grass is living with me, and I have to step on the grass. I love stepping on the grass. And it's like, oh my God, this woman's stepping on the grass. But we're all creating this life together, and we're all to love each other. I'm not trying to hurt the grass, and I'm not trying to hurt the bug. Like we had a bug in Florida, and everybody's like, oh, I'm like, we're taking it outside. We're letting it live. I think it came back in. But me, I was like, I got to let it live because it's just a piece of God. Everything's God. A flower blooming. Look at, okay, right now the flowers are blooming. The sky's coming in and we're going, oh my God. Thank God it's came because this whole winter thing, a lot of us don't like it. And we're just like, oh my God. So we're all saying, thank God. We are just a puzzle. We are a piece of this great grand puzzle that we live in. Okay. Let's see. We are taught to believe that we are bad and that we are sinners and that things outside of us is to help us. Okay. So here's the thing. I was taught as a child, you do this and do right. And if you don't, you're going to hell. So me, if you know who I am still to this day, I'm like, I'm not going to hell. I'm like a 12-year-old still. I'm not going to hell. So I'm doing the right things. I believe to be the right things. Oh my God. But when you're doing the right things for the people that's teaching you not the right things, then you're all screwed up. So we all make mistakes. Everyone, we're not sinners. We're not going to hell. We're not, I have watched hundreds of videos about life, death after, people dying and then coming back to life. And not one person said they went to hell. They all said they seen this bright light and God came and got them and the ancestors and all the other things. And it's a beautiful white light. Because I don't think we're damned to hell here. Now, that's old teachings. And maybe it could be a metaphor for hell. Like, oh my God, you can live in hell if you're feeling like you're a victim and all this other stuff. But I believe in God's source energy, this big white light that wants to love us and care for us and maybe correct us on what we're doing, but not to say, oh, you're a sinner and you're going to go to hell if you don't walk a straight line, because then every person in this world is going to hell because nobody's walked a straight line and nobody's done shit right. We're all just here learning. We're learning how to navigate through this life, period. So I don't believe in that. But inside of you, God's within you. God is within us. God is within us. He loves us. He cares about us. And like me, I give all my grace to God. God gives me the best jobs. God gives me all kinds of money. God gives me a brand new car. God gives me the house that I wanted, that I dreamed in, of an office with my grandkids. Pictures all over my office. I'm in my office with my kids and my grandkids right now. Hello. I dreamed this. It was back then, and now it's a reality. So God's source is inside of us, co-creating to make this world better. I say, what can I do? What can I do to make this world better? And then God blesses me. That's how it works. If you believe, only if you believe, you guys. What you believe to be true is what you experience in your life. That's another thing I just wrote down. Well, I've had this for a couple of days. I've been getting downloads for this new moon, and I wanted to put it out here. And whatever you believe is what you will receive. Like I said, if you believe, oh my God, you're terrible, my kids are bad, all that, you have got to get what you believe, because it's a law, the law of receiving, I guess. Whatever you believe, you receive. Whatever you believe, you receive. I believe miracles happen. I just believe that everything's always working out for me, and I'm the luckiest person in the world, and it all does. It just all does. So I'm in love with the whole experience of this. Okay. If you think that people are out to get you, then they're out to get you. Right. I just already said that. If you believe in miracles, then that's what you receive. I believe in miracles. I believe in miracles happen every single day. I have seen miracles in myself, in my family, in my finances, in my health. I mean, I was like, couldn't even walk a couple of years ago, living with my mom. So all that has been healed. And, I'd go to the doctors and they were like, oh, you're crazy. You don't. None of them knew what I was talking about. My mother seen me heal myself. You can ask her. She is my witness. You create the mind that you get. You create the. So many people have different meanings for all these things. I'm not sure what that says. Well, anyway, whatever you create. Oh, whatever you create in your mind. So what, like this office, I said a couple years ago, I dreamed of my boho house, which everything is white. I thought I was just having a boho room. I end up having like this big boho house. It's all white and everything. Then I've dreamed of my office, my own office. I've never had an office. Now I do. In an old 100 and something, I think it's a 102-year-old house. So I've got all these big rooms, and I've got my grandkids' pictures in this office. I think I even have pictures of where I used to put that out there on Facebook, and then now it's a reality. So whatever we think in our mind. So if we think like, now I'm trying to visualize the Florida house and living on the beach, and I have limited beliefs over that, you guys. And here's another thing we could talk about: limited beliefs. To get to, you have to eliminate these beliefs. You have to eliminate your thinking about, oh my God, I have to be married for the rest of my life, to no, I don't. I can have happiness in my life for myself, and get rid of that belief and then do it. So I'm having beliefs about Florida and how all that's going to work. And then once I get rid of those and I align together, then it comes out into my reality. So anyway, you create that in your mind. And like I said, you think about what you want in your life and then create it, bring it out. You have to move. But here's the thing. You move one step, God moves 10. You move one step, God moves 10. So God's like, well, she's really looking for a house. Okay, on the back over here, God's like, which house is she working? What house are we going to give her? So like when I got this house, some guy came into my store in the bagel shop and said, this house is going to come up available. Would you like to look at it? And my daughter said, did a house just walk in your store? I did not. God makes things happen for you when he knows that you're trying to do stuff. Like I had put it out there, I'm looking for a house. I'm looking how, and I've called real estates and and then this house just comes up, and I was like, yeah, I want it just like that. It was, God knew I wanted it. God brought me here. And then I said, well, just figure out the things and just let me know in, a month or 2 weeks. The dude came in 15 minutes and gave me the lease. I'm like, holy crap, I'm moving. Woo! So, God's got your back if you let go and let him have it. Here's the thing. We get in the way and we're like, oh God, I can do it all. I can do it all. No, you know what? I wouldn't even take this back because God does it better than I could have thought of. I'm staying out of his way because I want all the blessings. True story. You guys, I love it so much. Okay. You transform old meanings, you give things. Yeah. So what you do is you take the meanings of the old things that you have, like, I don't believe in you have to stay in this marriage. I don't believe that you have to work hard for money. That's a good one. I don't believe you have to work hard for money. Do not work hard for money. I do not even work 40 hours, and I make more money than if I worked a 40-hour job. People that work a 40-hour job. Truth. I changed my belief about that. I had to work 12 hours a day, 24 hours a week. No, I'm like, I don't want to work, and I want to make money. Not that I don't work. I work, and then I love what I do. I'm like, I love this job. And people are like, oh, you do this? Yeah, I love it. I get the peace. Oh my God. I love all the things. I get peace. I get money. Peace and money. What's better than that? Right now, that is wonderful for my life because I am in my mind thinking about my future and what I want to bring in. So this video is something I want to bring into you guys. I love you so much. Okay. What you believe is what is true for you. And so I think I'm going to end there. Oh, here's a good one. We are a part of God. And I want you guys to believe that we're not outside of him and he's not coming down and he's not, he was a human being on this earth and delivering miracles and showing us that miracles can be happening. Not that we do miracles. We are the receiver of whatever he has to receive. Just like, let me tell you this story. So we booked a hotel for Florida. And, I guess it was okay. I can't even remember what it was. But anyway, somebody bought that Pacific hotel room, or maybe it was a condo or something like that. So anyway, the company messages us and says, no matter what it costs, we're just going to get you another room because we know you're coming in a week. I mean, we were like, oh my God, we're leaving Saturday. We don't even have a room. Have you seen the room that we got? This is the thing. Our mind would say, well, I just want this pin with the black hat. It's okay. And yeah, our minds are small, but then I'm like, but I want a diamond pin. So that's what I should. That's a good metaphor. I'm just making this up. So would you like this pin or would you like this pin? Well, you want this pin and shiny and pink. And this pin cost a freaking $1 at the Dollar Tree. This, I don't know. I got a group of pins. But anyway, that's what we believe. We believe little. And God says, I want to give you something that looks like that. Anyway, this is the best video ever. So please watch it. I love you so much. I'm going to share it out to all my social media. And I'm going to put some links in here. Right now, I'm just going to share it out. I haven't put any links in. I've got to go to work and do the job that I love. And I just want to talk about this. This is the full moon today or tomorrow. I'm not sure. It's the 5th, so it might be tomorrow. But I know somewhere in the world it's the full moon today. So my goal is to let go of limited beliefs that's not letting me move back to the place that I love. So what are your limited beliefs? Put them out there. Let us work this out together. I love you guys so, so much. Bye.